views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hola, everyone. Welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll find out who made the New York semifinals of the 5th annual Official Latino Arts and Film Festival as they gear up for the Coachella, California Gala. And after that, we'll sit with representatives of Corborca as the theater company celebrates its 10th anniversary, presenting a translated version of the classic Argentinian play, Octopus Garden. And then we'll learn the benefits of getting massages when we talk to MJ Spa Treatment Spa and Wellness Massage Therapist Cassandra Muniz. She'll even demonstrate some massage techniques. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us up to date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And lastly, we'll sit down with fashion designer extraordinaire Henry Picado to discuss his fashion wear for both men and women. And we'll close with a fashion show on our open runway. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, and Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. The official Latino Arts and Film Festival is all about showcasing Latina and Latino filmmakers that produce, write, and direct their own films. The festival is celebrating its 5th year with this year's theme, Stereotypes End Here. Unlike many film festivals, this festival holds local preliminary semifinals, film screenings in 4 different markets before making its way to California. And joining us to tell us about the festival, please welcome the official Latino Film and Arts Festival production coordinator, Adriana Hastings. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Rhina. Thank you so much for having me here. We're so excited to share again this amazing experience for everybody in the audience to come and participate in.
Well, let's start with, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, it takes something to sustain something that is a creation that is not necessarily getting the play that it should have in the beginning. I mean, we're going to talk about its development as we continue in this segment, but I mean, just coming up with the concept itself and the motivation behind the concept is a whole topic within itself. So now that you've expanded to having this gala in California, and although the festival itself originated in New York, like let's talk about its development in the past 5 years.
Yeah. Well, Danny Hastings, the founder and creator of the official Latino Film Festival, he saw the opportunity of representing the Latino filmmakers, you know, and we started here in New York City, and it was, you know, a very small festival, but it had a lot of excitement and a lot of a lot of filmmakers showed up. So we're in the 5th year, and it's so exciting because we see now the support of sponsors and more interest of the domestic filmmakers that are creating content that is produced, written, directed by Latinx and other ethnicities that support inclusion and diversity in films in America.
So what you're saying, right, and what you're sharing is that you realize, or rather he realized, that there's a void in this particular voice, right? And it's the Latinx community, but not solely just the Latinx community, because what happens is that, you know, as a Latina, I can speak, is that there's this assumption that we automatically have to be pigeonholed into the Spanish Spanish-speaking market. And there's a whole generation that really relates to being American Latinos.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And so how do you decide the categories, and where are you now in the submission process?
So submissions are already closed. So we are presenting the semifinals here in New York City, being that we got a huge amount of films that are being produced here in New York City. We are going to be showcasing these short films the weekend of July 7th, 8th, and 9th. And yeah, so we're excited to just invite everybody in the audience to come and support and watch films. You're going to see everything from comedies, dramas, documentaries, animation that are really supporting just the diversity and inclusion of the New York City community.
Right. And so with that being said, right, so here you have all these submissions. Now, what about the audience? Like, how are you getting these people to understand? See, because what happens is and I want to have this conversation because I want our viewers to understand the importance of supporting Latino work. Of supporting people of color work, right? But I mean, you're geared more primarily in the Latino market. However, you are also including non-Latino participants in another category. Let's talk a little bit about that before we discuss the importance of people coming and visiting and participating in on the audience side as just supporting these independent film festivals, these independent organizations that are serving as our voices.
Yeah, well, we want to invite the audience to come and support and see yourselves on screen, and also be able to form a network and a community of, if you are an actress or an actor that wants to meet filmmakers, producers, if you want to write, come and mix and meet all these people that are gathering together and really forming this great mentoring network opportunity. So in the audience participation, we do allow the audience to vote for the finals to then participate in the closing ceremony that's going to happen in California.
Okay, so when you say finals, we're saying you're considering the semifinals that are occurring here in New York as the finals of New York?
Yes, exactly.
I just want to make sure I understand the language, because I know that you have semifinals happening in other parts of the country. So what are the other parts of the country?
So right now we are in LA and New York. We are working towards expanding our territory and our market to other domestic, cities that have large representation.
Like Chicago. I'm just putting it out there
yes,
right now. Like Chicago.
Yes.
Chicago is definitely one of those
Yes.
that you want to consider, right?
Yes.
Only because it's like you might as well just do all all aspects of North America. Right?
Yeah, and
where we dominate anyway. I think. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not exactly clear on the statistics, but I know that we have a large population in Chicago.
We Latinos, and we are everywhere, and you could see how it's important to come and support, especially when you have large amounts of films that are being produced by Latinx. So in New York City, we're going to showcase around 60 films. We're going to create 3 days where you're going to see everything that I mentioned: documentaries, drama, comedies. We're going to break them down into blocks. Each block showcases like around 8 films. The films go from 5 to 15 minutes long. It's a great opportunity, like I said, for the audience to come and support and see themselves on screen and mingle and network and mentor each other.
All right, and so the theme itself, right? Is that how you selected these categories? Like, does the theme pertain to every category?
No. There's categories. For example, one block is all women filmmakers, and the themes go from everything to love, comedy, drama. So the theme of the film festival, Stereos End Here, is just kind of pushing forward from the past 5 years, how Danny has seen the opportunity of kind of breaking that stereotype.
Right, the stereotype,
yeah.
right? So
that
in
not
other
all
words,
filmmakers
right.
are...
The usual category casting scenarios for Latinos and Latinas.
Yes.
Right, so that's where the stereotype ends here.
There,
it's kind of like, it's almost like a call to action.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know what? We don't want to see ourselves in those roles anymore. So you... So when you say you created that as a theme, and you're saying that not every single category is related to that theme, it is though, in a way, right? Because basically everybody's in lead roles and or empowering roles.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, it's going to be a great showcase where you're going to see actresses and actors that are not your typical stereotype roles like the maid or the janitor. You're going to see professionals. You're going to see comedians. It's just a great way to, like I said, come and network and meet producers, filmmakers that are really working towards that theme of changing that stereotype.
Right, and not only that, it goes both ways, right? Because the way this works in the industry for you guys is that while you're out there spending all this money on these like major productions, which, you know, we all love those sci-fi and those action-packed films. However, if they see our films being supported, then guess what? We get to go and play in those big venues as well.
And the talent.
And the talent as well, because we want to be hired for those kind of roles.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, which at this point, what do they consider it? Creative casting?
Yes.
We would like that to be eliminated from the language as well. How about, yes, she's a Latina doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
American
because we are.
Latina actress.
Right, we exist.
That's it.
Absolutely. We just need to make sure that it's showcased and that it's documented and that we are really supporting it.
Yes, so it's important to see ourselves represented out there in the industry, but mostly it's important for us to support each other, because that's how we're going to make that impact, and that's how those stereotypes are going to end, when we are truly supporting our community. And again, come out, see yourselves on screen, come and show your support, invite your friends, your family. Like I said, we are also welcoming filmmakers of other ethnicities, because we want to make sure that that the art is inclusive and diverse.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Rhina, so much for having me here.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure. Wonderful work you're doing, Adriana.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, you guys, the official Latino Arts and Film Festival New York City semifinals is taking place July 8th through the 9th, right? And for more information, because it's a really long schedule, I highly recommend you visit officiallatino.com. That's the website, officiallatino.com. We're taking a quick break, but when we return, we'll learn about Latino classical theater. So don't go anywhere.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. So this year, the Corborca Theater Company is celebrating its 10th anniversary with Octopus Garden, the first English language translation of Argentinian playwright Aristides Vargas. And the play follows the story of a man that seeks to recover his memory from a mad woman, but encounters the ghost of his ancestors, inviting him to dream again. And joining us to tell us more about the play, we welcome Corborca Artistic Director Javier Antonio Gonzalez and Corborca Producing Director and Octopus Garden actor David Skeist. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Rhina. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Did I get it all right?
It is all
Every
correct.
Bit of
Yes.
it.
The Octopus Garden.
Yeah.
I love how they reference the mad woman who is actually La Bruja, right?
Well, she is and she isn't.
She is and she isn't, right? Because for some reason, brujas are always referred to as being mad women. Right, but before we even go into that, I just had to point that out because I'm like the mad woman. Of all the ways to describe the witch, but it's okay. We could talk further about it. But let's talk about the play itself and the importance of its translation to English.
Aristides Vargas writes this play and premieres it in 1992 with his group Mala Yerba. It was a beautiful theater company from Ecuador, formed by a bunch of people who were actual exiles who came together, all fleeing atrocious political regimes. And so the play really explores political trauma, or like trauma after state violence. So we meet a man, Jose, who has lost his memory after some events have taken place in his life around him due to state violence. And then it is through the town madwoman, you know, somebody that in the town is known to be
Different.
to be different. Yeah. And so it deals between in some amnesia and insanity. You know, both of these characters are, that is basically how they are defined between those, you know, those two places. And they come together at the seashore to try to bring back
His memory.
His memory, yeah, through
And
storytelling.
And in that process, he's visited by ancestors.
Yeah.
Right, which one would allude to him being crazy, right?
Exactly.
Having conversations with people who aren't there.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't even seen the play, but I'm getting the visuals, you know?
Yeah, it is a dream play or like a journey, you know, into the subconscious. They mostly himself, but in our staging actually is a group of people who kind of go down this rabbit hole into the memory, trying to unearth what happened.
It sounds lovely. It sounds lovely. So I want David to talk a little bit about Corborca and I guess the 10th anniversary and why you chose this play to celebrate your 10th anniversary.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I know you're one of the actors as well,
Yeah.
but he gave us a nice visual, and I'm like, yeah, let's go down that ride. But let's talk a little bit about Corborca.
Well, so we founded Corborca in 2009 around Javier's vision as a director and as a playwright. And we're a bilingual experimental theater company, so we occupy this kind of very particular intersection of Latinx theater and experimental theater, multimedia, multi-layered theater, really sort of guided by the both authorial and directorial vision of Javier. And over the 10 years, we've produced a bunch of original plays, a number of adaptations, some classical plays, both from the Hispanic as well as the English language canon. And why Octopus's Garden in particular? I think there's a couple of reasons. One, Aristides Vargas and Mala Yerba loom very large in the history of Corborca. Javier studied with them. A number of our members studied with them in Ecuador when they were still in college in Puerto Rico. But then also thematically, Octopus's Garden is Vargas is really exploring the kind of the rupture of authoritarian violence, the disconnection between the present and the past. You know, what happens in the aftermath of these regimes, whether it's in Argentina or in Chile or any number of these sort of right-wing authoritarian, generally U.S.-backed regimes throughout Latin America. So our last major play was an adaptation of a novel by Roberto Bolaño called Distant Star that looked at a similar topic in Chile. And looking at where we are politically right now, the rise of authoritarianism globally and the rise of seemingly authoritarianism here, this kind of history of that sort of violence throughout the continent feels like one of the most important things that this intersectional Latinx experimental theater company could be looking at.
No, it's lovely and well put, right? Because it's relatable, unfortunately, to what we're going on, what's going on here in the United States. Who would have thought, right? You know, I do want to just acknowledge you for honoring your peers. That's a lovely gesture.
For honoring my peers?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah, that's a lovely gesture. It really is, right? Because here's the other thing. What you guys are doing is more of what I would consider, right, being an urban Latina, more of South American, right? And so, but we're all Latinos. And so if we don't really support each other and learn about each other, then how do we come together? And so our history matters. And so it's important to share these stories in these artistic ways, but yet know that our stories are documented.
Well, there's such a particular legacy of political ensemble theater that comes out of Latin America, and Mala Hierba is one of the great examples of that. And so we're a company that is largely Puerto Rican, based in New York, but also rooted in this kind of Pan-American ensemble political tradition. And so I think bringing that tradition to a New York context and a Puerto Rican context and an intersectional context just feels very particular and very relevant.
I just love how the artistic director's giving you the nod of approval the whole time. He's like, yes.
Just as we planned.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. He's like, exactly. Well put.
Thank you. No, and it's also, thank you for saying that, because it speaks to the act of translation. No, we have been wanting to bring Aristide's work to the States for a while. But it's not until there's actually a tangible translation, in this case, a beautiful, basically a poem by Aurora Lauzardo, who, she just really was able to recontextualize the play, not change its content, but really just change its language. And it's really the guiding force here is also her poetry.
And we should add, when talking about our collaborators, we also have, we have infused our interpretation of the play with original music by Puerto Rican composer and ethnomusicologist P.G. Aponte, who has worked with Aristides and has worked with his company before. And so this is also part of the continuity and the act of translation that we're working with.
Yeah,
as well.
The process of bringing it here also involves a lot of people, and it really is about bridging. Yeah, there's people from Puerto Rico reconnecting with the author himself, and then all of us here reinterpreting the piece. Yeah.
All right, so what do you hope, what kind of impact that you hope this leaves on the audience? And from the sound of it, it sounds very reflective, the piece itself.
Yeah, well, it referenced, the title is from the Beatles song, Octopus's Garden, so it really has a kind of joyful, also youthful,
playful,
yes,
I can tell
tonality to it.
Yes.
Yeah, a group of people once went to the beach and then things happened, it's a little bit along those lines, so it's almost like looking back and looking at atrocities, political atrocities, but looking at them almost with, from the point of view of the young. Yeah, I wouldn't say optimistic, but I would say, with hope.
Right,
almost.
with hope, which we need.
Yeah, which we need.
We need.
The play really takes this kind of expansive lens on trauma, on collective trauma, on individual trauma, on emotional, psychic, psychological, and physical trauma. And I think trauma looms, it surrounds us right now in the present day world. It surrounds us virtually on social media, it surrounds us in the news, it surrounds us in our own daily lives. And so taking a kind of internationalist look at, what is trauma, what are the ramifications, what are the shadows of trauma, and how do we take a kind of poetic way through that?
Right, to heal together. And that goes for the audience as well.
Absolutely.
And I got the whole thing. And I want to thank you guys for coming up here and sharing it with our audience, with our viewers. And so are there any last words you would like to share?
Well, we will be at Target Margin, starting from July 12th next week, July 12th to July 21st.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're also having a symposium at the Loisaida Center on the Monday. So that's what
July 15th.
July 15th. We're having a symposium with Aristides Vargas, with Charo, his wife, who's his lead actress, with Rosa Luisa Marquez, who's a Puerto Rican director who's interpreted his work, and with Javier, and with Aurora, the translator. That'll be at the Loisaida Center. So there's a sort of cross-disciplinary event that's happening in conjunction with the play itself.
That's lovely, because I always say to everyone that comes on set is we have a mental health crisis, and all of this loans to that healing process. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you
for
so
your
much
work.
for having us. Thank you,
Yes.
Rhina.
All right, you guys, once again, Octopus's Garden is will preview on July 12th and run July 13th at 8 p.m., July 14th at 5 p.m., July 18th through the 19th at 8 p.m., and July 20th at 7, and then July 21st at 2 p.m. at Target Margins Theater. And again, that's plenty of time for you guys to go see this. It's located at 232 52nd Street in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. And for tickets, go to octopusgarden.brownpapertickets.com. All right, we're taking a quick break, but when we return, we'll learn about the benefits behind a great massage. Don't go anywhere.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us on, that's right, tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too, at Rhina Valentin. Many people suffer from soreness in their body, whether it's from working out at the gym, sitting too long at work, from doing any strenuous activities, or, you know what, just aging. Well, getting a massage is more than pampering oneself. You know, touch therapy can actually assist with blocked energy. And joining us to tell us more about the benefits of a massage, please welcome NJ Spa Treatment and Wellness Massage Therapist Cassandra Muniz. Hi, Cassandra.
Hello, Rhina. How you
So
doing?
I know you're behind me, and
Yes.
I know you're going to go to work while we're talking.
I am.
But I just really wanted to open up with exactly what I just said with regards to the importance of massage, right? Most people think massaging is kind of just pampering oneself, or is just something that you treat yourself to. Whereas you know, in my past experiences being in training, whether it's for the New York City Marathon or even whatever it is that I'm doing, I always have to take a moment to stop and treat myself to a massage, but not for that matter, not for the sake of saying, oh, I'm retreating and I'm just, you know, kind of relaxing, more so because I need it. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about what types of different massages there are and how you know which one you should be applying.
Oh, well, there's so many different types of massage modalities to pick from a Swedish massage, which can be light to medium pressure. It helps with blood circulation and relaxation, compared to maybe a deep tissue, which helps to get past all the superficial tissue and superficial muscles and get to those deeper muscles that are really causing those pathologies in you.
So what are you going to be demonstrating today?
I am going to be demonstrating a light chair massage on you, but what we're going to be doing with you, since you have to host this amazing TV show here,
thank you,
is that we're going to have you have your head up. So
okay.
Usually we have your face on top of the pillow with
right.
your face going through the cover.
Right, but today we're going to have to improvise a little bit.
Because we don't want to hide that face, guys.
Yeah, no, we don't. But most importantly, you know, we want you guys to see the enjoyment in my face. I know you're jealous, but don't be. All you got to do is contact MJ Treatment. All right, so talk to me, because I got to tell you, for me, massages are not a treat. They're almost like mandatory. It's part of my just what is it? A rejuvenation. My part. It's how I'm able to revive myself.
It is. It does help people to basically recharge their batteries, to refill their cup, whatever metaphor or analogy that you may want to use. So when your body is going through so much, say you're working nonstop, as you all here in the studio do, you're going to need to unwind, unplug from everything, and try to get a massage, because it'll just help balance you out. I mean, mentally, physically, spiritually, and through that, it's with the body, with the energy that is coursing through you guys, also known as chi.
Nice. All right, and so today you're going to focus on my back?
Yes.
Right, this is a back massage table, right?
This is a chair.
A chair?
Yes, a massage chair.
A massage chair.
So I see that with you walking around earlier that you have your heels on.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that can cause a pathology. So with the ladies that wear heels, watch out. All right. I get a lot of clients that come in saying they have very tight back, especially their lower back and their mid back, as well as their calves, because the heel is pushing all of that up, making the muscle contract. So with your back, what we would start off with is just putting our hand on you, just to let you know, hey, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you may be in a vulnerable position, you are the one with all the power. All right. We always want the clients to know that you guys are safe with us. All right, so with our massage, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working from the top here, and I'm going to be going down your spine, and it's going to do some muscle spreading. So if there's any, say, knots that you may have, it's squeezing out some of that calcified toxins that are in the muscle, and it's bringing oxygenated blood into your system. It's making your muscles plump. It's making sure that you don't have any inflammation or anything like that. And it helps to, I'm going to get really nerdy on you, I'm very sorry about that. It is also going to be activating the parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody's watching with a dictionary next to them. And if not, you know, there's always Google, right?
So,
go ahead.
Oh, so sorry.
No,
so we have different components in our body, in our mind. There's that fight or flight, and then there's that rest and digest. Now, what a massage does is it activates that part in your mind that does the rest and digest. So after a very amazing massage, especially by one of our massage therapists at the treatment, you're either going to want to take a nap or eat.
Right, and that's because the toxins are being released from the body.
Yes, and they get sent to all the places that they need to go.
And so it got a little quiet here because I got caught up, right? Because she can feel that I absolutely need a massage. It's like part of my daily routine. I mean, if I could get a massage every day, I would. Is that even possible? Like, is that healthy to get a massage every day?
Well, for some people, in short increments, it is. We have a lot of clients that do come on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
And their primary reasons for?
Sometimes it's just upkeep. Other times it's because they have a physically strenuous job, such as being a plumber, or a mechanic, engineers, things like that, or a doctor, nurses, where you guys are on your feet nonstop. Doctors and nurses also get discounts at our spa. I'm just going to put that out there.
Right, interesting. No, and so I want to share with our viewers that I'm doing the best that I can to stay with you guys, because I really want to just recline completely. However, I'm just really demonstrating, rather she's demonstrating, we're giving you a taste of what a massage can do. I mean, I'm sure we're all familiar with it. However, not every massage is the same, and so there's different types of massages, and obviously there's certain areas that need to be targeted, and I happen to know for myself personally I need to do deep tissue massaging because I have a very bulky body that is physically active, and I hold a lot of tension, and I know exactly where I hold my tension, and if I don't go to a masseuse, that stays there, and then before you know it, my shoulders are up to my ears. Yeah. So what do you have any last words to share with everyone, Cassandra, that's maybe wondering why we're here on set demonstrating a massage?
So this is mainly for a lot of people in the Bronx. They think that massage is a luxury. It's really not. It does help to improve your quality of life, and this is for any age. We have seniors coming in that they will spend almost the entire day getting a massage. We have people that they come in right after teaching, or they were with their kids all day, or hosting an Amazing Bronx show, and they need that unwinding, because it's not just the massage, but it's also the aromatherapy. It's also the personality of every therapist and spa coordinator there, as well as MJ, because she's there a lot of the time as well.
All right. Well, we thank you. I mean, I thank you personally, Cassandra, for coming here on set and giving us a quick little demo. And you guys, if you're interested in a massage and for more of the different types of massages to help your body flow with fluidity, be sure to visit themjtreatment.com and make sure you let them know that Rhina sent you. All right, stay tuned. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no. This warrior will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org. caregiving.
As a special treat on this Friday of a holiday weekend, I figured what finer way to pay tribute to America than by giving you my top 5 greatest patriotic moments in sports history. I decided I would roll with a couple from July 4th, Independence Day, but I also wanted to mix a couple of memorable ones from other key dates in history. The 4th of July is a time for celebrating American independence, and in my book, it's time for some of the most memorable moments in American sports history.
And the crowd standing. 40,000 plus people standing and roaring. And Righetti trying to get Bob. And he gets it! A no-hitter! A no-hitter! A no-hitter for Dave Righetti! How about that? He got the no-hitter!
Dave Righetti is the current pitching coach for the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, like 1983, where Dave Righetti grabs the 5th spot on my list. I think about this moment every single year on July 4th. Rags no-hits the Boston Red Sox. Righetti ends a near 27-year no-hitter drought for the franchise. The previous one was the perfect game Don Larson hurled in the 1956 World Series. It also was the first no-hitter for New York in its rivalry against Boston. Amazing. Coming in at number 4.
2 up. All right. I'm not sure what he's doing out there. It looks like he's going to burn a flag, and Rick Monday runs and takes it away from him.
Before my time, but what a great video to go back and check out on YouTube. The year 1976, Rick Monday tears the American flag away from would-be burners in the outfield. 2 months before the bicentennial, 2 protesters crashed the field at Dodger Stadium when one unfurled an American flag and another broke out lighter fluid. Their purpose became clear. It looks like he was going to burn a flag, Vince Scully shouted from the booth. Not on Monday's watch, the one-time Marine Corps reservist ran over, snatched the flag away, and brought it to the dugout. It's the way I was raised, Monday said years later when reflecting. My thoughts were reinforced with my 6 years in the Marine Corps Reserves. It was also reinforced by a lot of friends who lost their lives protecting the rights and freedoms that flag represented. At number 3, this man represents all that is great in sports, especially here in the Bronx. He's the Iron Horse.
You've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
And the Gettysburg Address of baseball comes on July 4th. Lou Gehrig, 1939. Gehrig's number 4 jersey is retired by the Yankees on Lou Gehrig Appreciation Day on Old Timers Day. The Hall of Fame first baseman gives his famous home plate speech, and what he declares today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. All New Yorkers, Yankee fans, or Met fans rejoiced thanks to Mike Piazza in the wake of 9/11.
Lopez wants it away. And it's hit deep to left center. Andrew Jones on the run. This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza, and the Mets lead 3-2.
The 9/11 attacks brought the world to a standstill. It wasn't until 10 days after the attack, September 21st, 2001, that New York hosted a sporting event with the Mets hosting the Atlanta Braves in front of a near-capacity crowd at Shea Stadium while the World Trade Center still smoldered a few miles away. The pregame ceremonies were somber, and the game was too until Piazza stepped to the plate in the bottom of the 8th with the Mets trailing 1-0. With one swing, Piazza made a city forget about the horrors of a week and a half before, if only for just one moment. That takes the number 2 spot on my list. And number 1 goes to The Miracle on Ice. It was the height of the Cold War. There was a looming rumor that the U.S. would boycott the Moscow Olympics that summer. And on the ice, it was a team of professionals that had played together for years versus a ragtag group of American college players. It was the Communists and their 4 Olympic winning streak against the Americans. And never had the red, white, and blue been such an underdog. Days before the opening ceremony, the Soviets beat Team USA in an exhibition by a score of 10-3. That script changed, though, a game winner and a call that'll ring through the ages. And then the coach, Herb Brooks, who walked off the ice and didn't even congratulate his players because it was their time. Everything you remember and have been told about the Miracle on Ice is true. There are 2 things that have sort of faded. First, this was a semifinal game. The U.S. had the monumental task of coming down off the heights of the Soviet upset and coming back 2 days later to play Sweden in the gold medal game to win it all. The Americans were down 2-1 going into the 3rd period and recounted by the players on the team. Brooks walks into the locker room during the final intermission, fully aware of the devastation the team would feel if they'd upset the Russians only to lose to the Swedes. He stormed in and stared at the room, taking a moment before speaking a single line, and said, "If you lose this game, you'll take it to your grave, your expletive grave." Sometimes sports just means so much more than the games. There's nothing like being American, like being an American. Happy holiday weekend. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
kiss them all soundly.
Night-night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is a talented fashion designer from Costa Rica that has made an impact in the fashion industry. His work has gained the following of many celebrities such as Vanna White, Soledad O'Brien, Blake Lively, and Lauren Conrad, and that's just to name a few. And now he's here to discuss his fashion brand, and Chloe, along with some of the latest fashion trends. Please welcome fashion designer Henry Picado. Hello and welcome.
Hi, how are you? How's everything?
Oh, fabulous. I got stuck there with and Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it gets where some people go, oh, I like your line, Chulo, and this is not Chulo.
Right, that's instinctively, yes. Instinctively, I was about to say Chulo, right? Because you see the CH. So, and Chloe, where does the name come from?
Well, and Chloe has, actually, I have never said this before, but and Chloe has a very special meaning for me because comes from Estella, and it means a constellation of the stars, and is my wife's name.
Nice.
And Chloe is from Chloe, which is in French means to blossom or to rebirth. And it's almost like the rebirth of the stars, and Chloe is my daughter. So
nice.
And I went through a period in my life that I was working, making millions and millions and millions of dollars for a lot of people. So I decided to do it for myself. So I brought two things that means a lot to me, which is my biggest support, and it's my family.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure.
Wow, living in the word of manifestation, right? And just honoring words and names. I love
The
that.
thing is, I'm a very spiritual person, and I put, like, for me, like, when I present my dresses, I don't call them just the dresses. I call them, like, she, or my suits, I call them he, because everything has a purpose of existence, and if you put passion, dedication in what everything you do, it manifests in your work. Like an artist when it makes music or paintings, and so this is my form of art. So it needs to have a meaning, a reason to exist, and that's what my art is.
That's beautiful. You give it has its own life, and I get it.
Yes.
And so, how has that been for you, dressing these celebrities and just being this household name as a fashion designer coming into this Estée and Chloe?
It's actually, the first time the first person that I was dressing celebrity-wise was John Collins, and from Dynasty. Remember that?
I know. I remember
think I
Joan
just dated
Collins.
myself.
No,
right?
well, I remember Joan Collins. I was there. I mean, you weren't the one designing the shoulders.
That's coming back, as a matter of fact.
It's coming back?
The whole 80s is coming back, which I'm very excited because I think women, the 70s was a little bit chaotic. People were doing like dress down. It was very confusing times. But the 80s, it was, first of all, a financial explosion in the world, and especially in the fashion, because women become a little more experimental than women that went to work and compete with men into like the same labor force.
Right.
So, and men turned down the whole hardness of like the suits will be so structured. So men turned down and women turned up, which it was a nice balance. And we're gonna see that again, which I'm very excited because it's like money.
Money.
It means money.
It means money for
Yes.
you, right? Because you're into empowering women.
Yes.
Through their suits.
Yes.
I mean, through their dresses or their dress suits.
Yeah, the only thing is, women is the only creature on the entire planet that I can describe it from like a butterfly. It's almost like, every night they go into the bed and stuff like that. They take the makeup, they do the jewelry, and it's almost that's the cocoon. And every morning when they transform themselves, they go and the makeup, the hair, the wardrobe, and it's a transformation that we guys unfortunately don't have that part.
I love that.
So it's a beautiful transformation, but now guys are doing it in their own way. They're trying to create their own statement. So, and like for example, my suits, I try to create contrast linings and make him a little bit more edgy, like you see, like the patterns and stuff like that. Like what you're wearing,
yeah,
and
I love it.
I like to mix yarns between silk and linens or silk and wools just to give like a little special texture to the fabrics. So men appreciating that. So it's kind of like fun to see that happening.
Yeah, and I love colors. What are we going to be looking at today, right? We're going to get a taste.
Well, it's a little capsule of what is coming for September Fashion Week of 2020 spring collection.
Nice.
So
We're getting a taste of it here?
Yes, it's like is some prototypes that are coming out. So in this case, like I didn't want to bring like the high-end models stuff like that because I wanted to show people that real women can dress like a model.
I love it.
And they look good. And it's like people goes, oh, because I'm 5'2", I'm like 6 feet tall, whatever. No, you can still. It's your own personal statement. It's like going back to the butterfly.
All right.
You transform yourself.
All right, so we're going to metamorphosize as we bring out the new models, right?
Yes.
And what do we have here?
We have this is Michelle. She's wearing a hand-beaded gown, and it's every single sequin is placed by hand. So, and it has a French crochet piece attached to the hip and the waist, and it's just a fun little thing. She can wear it with sandals, she can wear it with heels, and then dress it up and dress it down. She can wear a blazer and do multiple stuff.
What I love is it's a dress for voluptuous women, which we love here in the Bronx.
I know. Listen, if you consider the average American women, they'll size 8s and 12s. This is Diorca. She's wearing vintage lace. It's actually Argentinian lace, and it's very simple. It's just a simple body, has a like inspired Chanel flower in the top. And it's a casual, she can, again, dress it up, dress it down.
You can dress it up or dress it down.
You
Is
wear
that
a blazer.
removable or is
Yes.
that permanent?
No, it's removable.
Oh,
You can
nice.
It's a pin,
It
yeah.
is, oh, love it, yes. And next
Because you can
we
do
have-
pearls, you can do so many things with it.
I love simplicity too. I love the simplicity of being able to dress it up and dress it
This
down.
is actually, I love the whole like Audrey Hepburn look, like the 3/4 length, stuff like that. And
Look
it's
at
something, again,
Kanisha
look,
over here.
she's wearing low heels,
Right.
and you can pull it off.
Right. And it's got sequins in it, which is a
Yes.
style that is being worn during the day.
Yes, and,
Yeah.
it's like tone and tone, so it's just like a little je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi, I love it. And now we have,
This is it's kind of like an idea of a cocoon dress, and it's all like to be, again, dress up, dress down. You can wear with leggings, or you can wear as a dress. You can wear high heels or even flats.
yeah, I noticed you're using sequins again.
Yes.
Yes, the sequence is in.
It's in. And actually, a lot of the
I
dresses
love the
I do,
earth tone colors in it too.
Yeah, it has actual navy blue and browns and coppers.
And now we have,
This is Cody. He's actually wearing one of the men's suits that we did. And it's like, again, it's about contrast color combination and textures. And this is a little more for the summer. So, and you see men are
and
doing
the pin,
accessories.
and- right, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I have actually a snake, but I didn't bring it today.
And it's sequins too.
No, it's actually a vintage pin from the 1950s.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. And you know what? It works. It totally
works.
works. Even though he's looking cash, it's like you
Yeah.
said, it has that je ne sais quoi.
Right?
Yes,
But that's the whole thing. The
absolutely.
men right now are becoming a little more challenged themselves about exploring the whole, like, I want more.
And so I guess they're all coming out now?
Yes, they're all coming out. And you can
Let's
see
love,
all the girls together.
love. Beautiful. And then, of course, ooh, lovely. What a nice
For me, it's
shot.
love. I love textures and colors. That's what I like.
Thank you, and
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Leda. My pleasure, my
Thank you for
pleasure.
bringing it here. We got the first taste, and for you guys, for more on Henry Picado's designs, be sure to visit esteandclo.com, and don't forget to follow him on Instagram at Henry Picado Men's. Right?
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. That is a show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through. To you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recablecast tonight and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin. And from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor.
Bye.
You can come out.
They come out,
Yeah,
guys.
come out.
Come out.
Yeah.